Hi everybody. Today we're gonna be sewing the Octobers live. It's a really quick and easy make, so we thought it would be fun to show you guys how to do it step by step. So for those of you who haven't seen October, it's this little cute romper here. So I'll be making it in a size 40 today with these cute little bunnies and some black details. So I'm not really sure if anybody is watching. I'm just gonna wait for a couple of minutes to see if anybody joins. So yeah, October's just released on Monday, and it's really cute for fall, and I think it will be really cute for spring and summer as well if it's not too hot. So I'm gonna make one for Halloween as well. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, just say hi if you're watching. Ask me any questions that you might have either now during the live or later. It's totally okay. I'll answer questions later as well. So I'm just gonna get to it. So it's really easy. What we're gonna do first is we're just gonna stitch the shorts part. So the shortest two pieces like this. I'm gonna use a serger because it's really quick and easy to serge it. So yeah, just start by doing the crotch area here on both sides. Yep. Check your settings, guys, before stitching, because you might end up gathering it a bit like I did, but that's totally fine. And then the other side. Okay, so now it looks like this. So now we're gonna just sew the crotch. So I hate when seams don't line up, so I use a little bit of fabric glue just on the seams. Like that. So this is just like a little pen with fabric glue that washes away with water when you wash it. It's really nice. So shirts look like this. Now we're gonna do leg bands. And I'm a total nerd, so I can't have the threads in a different color than the fabric, so I always change the thread as well. But I have a baby lock serger, so that's really fast and easy. I'm really happy about that. Alright, so what you do, you fold it over like this, and then we stitch down here. So we have this little tube. I just want to see if anybody is. For some reason the comments aren't showing here, but they're showing on my computer. Let's see. Strange. Yeah, there's a comment. Hi everybody. All right, so then we have a tube like this. You just fold it over in half like this. So yeah, then the leg band is ready to go onto the shorts. So the instruction says that you should gather the leg holes, but I'm using rib knit, so it's really, really stretchable and the recovery is really good. So I'm just going to stretch it into place. But if you're using jersey, just gather around the leg holes to make it fit into the leg band. So turning it around. So yeah, same thing. I hate it when the seams don't match. So a little bit of glue on the seam here. And then I use little, I have no idea what this is called in English, little clips. Just clip them on. And then I measure like approximately onto the half. Like knit is really forgiving, so if it's not perfect, usually it's not gonna show once you wear it. So like that. And here. Yeah, I really think that matching the thread is really worth it. It looks really cute when you're done. It takes a little extra time, and I don't think anybody else noticed except for you, but you know, I really like it to match. All right, so yeah, I usually just use 4 clips like that and measure them approximately, and then while I'm sewing I just stretch, so it's a little bit bigger here and I just stretch it so that it matches. And I make sure that I don't stretch the jersey. That's really important. If you stretch the jersey, the stitching looks not so nice. So just stretch the rib or the casing and then it's okay. I'm not really sure if they have it in the States. So I live in Norway, so we have a little bit different stuff, but it's a little pen like this, and it has like glue inside that you can change. It's just fabric glue and it washes away with water, and I use it for everything. I love this thing. It's a lifesaver for me. So yeah, I can show you. I used this glue in the crotch. So it's not perfectly matching, but it's closer than it gets when I'm not using the glue. So I really like it. So yeah, basically I just sew until the next clip. I take it off and then I stretch. I hold on to the clips. That is the next one, and I just hold it until it's lined up and I sew. And so it turns out. Like this. The first leg band on. So I see that I could have used, like when you use rib knit, you can probably make it a little bit smaller than the measurements for jersey. But I think it's gonna be, fine. So I'll just do the other leg real quick. Yeah, I'll send you a picture later, Michelle. Yeah, there's a bunch of different kinds. Mine is called Sulan. I don't have no idea what kind of brand it is, but I have another one as well. But I'm pretty sure they should have something similar in the States. It would be a bit strange if you don't have it. Yeah, I think this will be for her maybe in spring. This is a size 4, so it's a little big for her still. But we'll see. Maybe there's some other lucky girls who get to wear this one, except my daughter. She has way too much clothes already because I make too much for her. But, you know, a girl can never have enough clothes, like too many clothes, so. Thank you. Yeah, she's really cute. She's a handful though, but you know, she's cute in pictures. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I have a lot of clothes that I made for her that she only wear once. Like, I take a picture, she wears it one day to kindergarten and then never again. It's really a shame, but I have a lot of friends who has younger kids, like younger girls, and they are so excited that they are my friend because they get to like inherit all of the cute clothes that I make for my daughter. So yeah. But it's a shame that we should have, they grow too fast. Yeah, Alexandra, I'll send you a lot of clothes. And unluckily for you, I have a friend who lives closer by and she comes by like often and she picks up whatever she likes. And usually it's everything that I made myself. She always wants it. So maybe I'll hide something from her next time and I'll send it to you instead. Okay, so now the shorts are done. Look like this. So this pattern is really easy because the back and the front, they are identical, so it's really easy to make it. So now we're gonna do the waistband. And so what the pattern asks you to do is to make a circle and then sew it on to the shorts and leave a little opening. And then put the, after making the top, you put the elastics into the casing. But I'm gonna use my serger and I'm gonna do it in a very lazy way because I am a super lazy sewer. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. And yeah, the result is pretty much the same. It just makes it like a little bit harder to do it. So, you know, maybe it's not really worth it, but I don't want to use my regular machine on knits because it makes it really wavy and weird. So I'm just gonna do it. So I do the same first step. I sew it like this into a circle. And then I do the same thing with my elastic. I just serge it into a circle like this. And then, oh no, I forgot to change the thread. Yeah, it's okay. So what I do is I fold it over halfway. It's a little bit tricky. And then I put the elastics into the casing. So it bunches up the casing a little bit, but that's okay. Actually, it works really fine to do it anyway. So I put the elastics into the casing all the way around, and then I use the little clips to put it onto the shorts like that, and then I sew it on. And then the elastics are already encased into the casing, and I don't have to like insert them later. So yeah, if you don't understand what I mean, just ask. My explanations are not always that good. So yeah, don't feel shy to ask if there's something you don't understand. Then I'm just gonna change my thread again to the pink one. If I can find it. Here it is. All right. So yeah, I just decide what I want to be the back. Let me see. So yeah, let's see if we can make this all the right way. It's a little bit tricky. See, and then I do the same thing, like I find the two halves and then I find the half of the half, and then I just wing it a bit from there. So I've been using knits a lot, so it's easier for me to wing it, as I say, than maybe if you haven't done it that much before. If it's your first try, I really recommend using more like needles or clips or whatever that you're using than I'm doing. So please don't feel intimidated if I'm not accurate enough. It comes with practice, I think. Okay. All right, so one thing that is really important when you're doing this method here is that the whole time while you're stitching, you have to make sure that the elastics are in the bottom of the band here, that you can feel that they are here in the bottom. And you have to like keep making sure as you go around that it's in the bottom, because if you cut it with the serger, it breaks and then you have to like take it off and start over again, which is not that fun. And like for here where it's bunching up a bit, like when you get to this part, you just stretch it and the elastic is loose in the bottom, so it doesn't really affect anything. So just stretch it and make everything flat as you go, and then once you're done, you measure up the elastics to where you want them. So it's okay. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna start in the back. So I just decide which side is the back, and that's where I put the seam for the waist facing. So just trying to get all the threads out. It's a little bit messy right now, but it's gonna be nice and clean once we're done. So yeah, here when it's bunching up, you just pull it straight and the elastic moves, so no problem at all. Let's cut this one a bit. All right, so now it looks like this. The waist casing is on, so we're gonna go right ahead and do the top, the bodice part of the romper. And then actually, like, there's enough fabric here that when I turn it over to attach it to the top, I actually have about 1/2 inch here that I can use to stitch it on, so with the serger. So you can do it all without even touching the elastics. So yeah, but be very careful if you do this. All right, so for the bodice, the back and the front is also the same, which is really nice. So you just take the arm, one of the arms, and you're gonna attach it here along this little bowed edge here. I'm terrible at cutting, as you can see, but you know, we'll fix that with the serger. So yeah, you just line up right sides together, of course. You just line up these two like that, and you stitch it all the way around, like all 4 parts together. I'll show you. So we start with one arm and the front part. And then we do the other arm onto the front part. That, and I'm out of battery on my phone, so it looks like this. And then we do the same thing for the back. We just attach the back part to the arms, so make sure you stitch the right sides so it doesn't turn into something funny. So yeah. Have this long thing, and then we just stitch it here. So yeah, we have a circle. So turn it right sides out like that, and then I'm just gonna find my charger so you guys don't disappear, and then we're gonna continue. So just give me 2 seconds. This is the fun part about having a live feed and being unprepared. So let's see. Yeah, you can make it on a regular machine as well, Jessica. So that's totally fine. I'm just lazy and I have my serger out, so I usually use it. But it's totally fine to make it on a regular sewing machine if you don't have one. Yeah. This is October, Alexandra. It looks like this when it's done. It's the new October that released on Monday, so really cute. Little romper. Alright, so now we're gonna make this look like a bodice. We're gonna stitch from the top of the arm all the way down. But I am, as I already mentioned, a bit of a lazy sewer. So I'm actually gonna hem the sleeves first, because I think on this tiny size, a size 4, it's actually really tricky to get to hem it properly. So I'm using my cover stitch that you guys can't see. I have a brother cover stitch that I use for hemming. It's really quick and easy. So I just fold it up 1/2 inch to 1 inch, it depends on my mood, and I just like knits, they don't fray or anything, so you can just basically just fold it up and then stitch, and especially with a cover stitch, it's no problem at all. Yeah, my machine does the same thing. I actually have a really new and nice machine, but it eats all of my knit fabric, so I just gave up using that machine for knits. So if I can avoid it, I will avoid it. It's really annoying, but there's a lot of people who makes it work, so I guess it's just like I just have to like learn how to do it, and it would be nice, but yeah. All right, so I need, okay, just make it work. So again, I am a totally lazy sewer. I just do it approximately, and then I just make sure it's the same on the other side so that they're equal. Yeah, paper is a really good idea as well. I've never tried it, but I heard a lot of people do it, so yeah, it's definitely would be good to try that. Let's see. I have so many tools to make this like easy, and I never use them. I'm terrible. Anybody else like that? Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I'll fix that later. I'm not hemming for a while, so it's okay. So yeah, now it's hemmed like this, and then I use my little glue again to make sure that my seams line up. So I use it on the sleeve here, and then I use it in the armhole. I have been ribbed. So like when I hem the arms, like the sleeves, before I serge, I just serge over it, and I've never experienced so far that it's that it like unravels, which I guess that it could, but my experience is that the serger hides it well enough, but yeah, it's not really a problem on the sleeve, so I've noticed for me, but yeah, you're gonna cut over it anyway, so. Wait. I'm gonna start from the other side, I think. And then for the ends of the serger coming out, I just like thread them back into the seam. And then usually what I do is when I finish up the garment, I just fold the seam in like that, and then I just do like a couple of stitches on a regular machine, like over here, just like back and forth a couple of times, and it holds the seam down. Yeah, and so for the glue that people are asking about, so I'm not living in the States, I live in Europe, and we have this little pen with glue inside of it. It's a fabric glue that washes away with water. It's really, really convenient, but I'm guessing that somebody in the States must have it because it's such a practical practical little tool, so I'm guessing somebody has to have it. So yeah, the end of, like after the sleeve, I just tie a little knot. Just tie a little knot like this. And then I use, like I saw you mentioned like a hook that you can use, or I just use like a really, like a needle with a big, like, what do you call it? A big eye on it, put the threads in, and I just like put them back like into here, a couple of the, like maybe an inch or two, and then just pull it off out and cut it off. And yeah, usually that's completely fine. Like that. And I do that when I'm done, like after I've done everything else, then I fix just the threads in the end. So let's do the other side. Just the other side here. Okay. Oh, it's on Amazon and Walmart, the little glue pen. So yeah, you should definitely get it. Especially if you do a lot of knits, this is a lifesaver. I use it for everything. Every single project I do with knits, I use this glue, so I love it. All right, so this top, the bodice is done, or at least up until the ruffle. Looks like this. And yeah, you can see with the glue, the seams line up perfectly. Well, there's a little difference, but it's close enough. Like when I don't use the glue, it's terrible. And so yeah, and like the seams on the sleeve as well matches up perfectly. The other one, I was a bit unlucky with that one, but you know, 1 out of 2 is good enough, I guess. All right, so then I can't really remember the order in the fabric, in the directions, but I'm just gonna attach the top to the shorts now. So for those of you who watched from the beginning, I cheated a bit with this waistband, so the elastics is already inside. So basically what I do is I just attach it to the top, and I just make sure that the elastics is all the way to the bottom here so that I don't sew into it with the serger, and I just try to hit just the top part where there's only fabric so that I don't cut off the elastics and break it. See? Alright, so here we go. The same thing as with the like bands and everything. I just find the halves and the half of the half, and then I just like stretch and make sure everything is in place when I get to it when I'm sewing. All of this stuff out of the hem like that, out of the seam. Yeah, I get really quiet and concentrated while I'm searching, so yeah. So here we are, top and bottom attached, and now, like I mentioned, the elastics are still completely loose inside of the waistband, so you can pull it and stretch it and make sure that it looks like you want when you're wearing it, like that. So we're gonna do the ruffle, and the first thing that we're gonna do with the ruffle is we're gonna gather it a bit. So, or maybe first we should like attach it into one piece. That would be easier if I just, yep, here it is. right in front of my face. So the ruffle is in 2 pieces, so I just stitch it so that it's one continuous loop, and then I gather it around the top. So we're gonna just, wow, I cut it so weird. Some kind of lazy cutting work here. We'll fix that for later. And then the other side. Alright. So I have my regular machine on the other side. Like, I haven't learned how to gather on my serger, which I definitely should. Let's see if I can move you guys a little bit. I'm not sure if you're going to see anything. Nope. Here. There we go. Let's see which side was the wonky side. This side. So just gather along the top, the part that you're gonna stitch onto the bodice. So yeah, just standard gathering. Put your stitch length to max. Don't fasten the ends. Maybe you can fasten in the beginning, but don't fasten in the end. And then just stitch around the whole thing. And if you're really want to make the perfect gathers, you should make 2 rows. But with knit, usually I just make 1 because I don't know. I don't know why I make it differently, to be honest. Alright. I need a bigger table so I can have all my machines on one side. Okay, and then another thing that I do that the pattern doesn't do, which is totally not necessary unless you're a, I don't know, crazy person like me, is that I hem the ruffle as well, because it folds up a little bit like that. I don't like that. But it depends on your knit. Some knits lie nicer and you don't have to do that. So I say don't make extra work for yourself if you don't have to. Yeah, I only have 2 outlets as well, so I have to keep switching them when I'm sewing on the different machines. It's nice to have 3 machines, but it's not nice when you don't have the space for it. So alright, so I'm just gonna hem it really quickly before I sew it on. So yeah, if you want to hem it, make sure you make it longer, because I don't think... Yeah, that's true, Janne. If I get a table that is bigger, I'm gonna get more machines. That's totally true. I'm gonna have like a whole little factory in my living room. I'm a lazy sewer. I just like fold it approximately half an inch and then I just feel with my finger as I go to make sure that it's under the needle. Yeah, like you see, I only make clothes for my daughter, so you know, I don't have to be, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know. I have a 3-year-old, I don't have time to make it perfect all the time. Are you stitching? Yeah, we're getting there. Where are you stuck? All right, so yeah, it's hemmed. So if you do decide to hem the ruffle, make sure that you add extra fabric to do it. Also make sure that you make a wide enough hem, because if it's too narrow, it's gonna roll up anyway. So yeah, and also again, if it's knit fabrics, you really don't have to do it. You can. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. So yeah. Okay. So then just gather it to match the size of the neckline. I like gathering it like too small and then pulling it out to make it match, but that's all about what you prefer doing. Yeah, I know, I didn't find my scissors, so I'm using my rotary cutter today. It's a bit embarrassing when I'm on the live feed, but yeah, I'm carefully cutting my strings with the rotary cutter. But my serger has a little thing to do it, so for like all the other seams, like all the other threads except for the cover stitch, it's fine, but yeah. I really don't I really hope I don't cut myself on live on Facebook. That would be super embarrassing. Yeah, I always find that this part with like the gathering and things always takes like the longest time with the project, but I really think it pays off to take your time and make it nice and even. Alright, so then I just find there's 2 seams. So I just find like the middle of the shoulders and then I just match up approximately with the seam. There's just so much thread here now. Yeah, you'll take a screenshot before you call the ambulance, Janne. That's really nice. I appreciate it a lot. All right, so I put a little clip on each shoulder, and now it's way too small. So what I do is I just I just pull it into size to make it match like I want it to look. Yeah, this is definitely what takes the most time with this one. Just be gentle, make sure you don't pull the thread, break the thread, because then you have to do everything over again. So that's like the scary thing with nets, is that don't pull the fabric too much because you'll break the thread. So just be really careful and gentle with it. And I think this is good enough. Like that. So just even them out a bit. I really should learn how to like gather on my serger. That would make things a lot easier for me, but some huge clips as well. The suspense is killing us. What? Oh, this one. This one. What? I just hate it when I can't figure out what string I was using to gather it. What? That's weird. Alright. We'll just make it work, like they say on Project Runway. Hopefully it doesn't look terrible when I show it off later. I'll be so embarrassed. Right, I think that's gonna be... Oh, yep, so I put it on the wrong way, everybody, so I'm gonna have to turn it around. Yeah, make sure that you actually put it the right way before you use all that time gathering it into place. Let's see if we can pin it. So yeah, for putting the ruffle on the neckline, you have to make sure that you put it with the wrong side against the right side on the neckline, because you don't want it to be upside down later. Oh my god. Okay, here we go, back in business. I'm just really happy I noticed. Yeah, I make mistakes all the time, and you know, you hide them in the pictures and you just pretend it didn't happen. But yeah, we all make mistakes all the time. I sew one thing backwards and I attach the bodice to the skirt the wrong way, and you know, I make a lot of crazy things. Like sometimes when I make this kind of like raglan, I don't know if you call it that in the States, but this kind of bodices with the sleeves like that, sometimes I like attach the front to the back and then the sleeve to the sleeve, and it makes this crazy sweater that nobody can wear. So yeah, still make a lot of mistakes. Usually when I have to like make something really quickly, it all turns out terribly, so you know. I did something weird, but I think it will look nice when it's done. Okay, so back in business. So it should look like this when you stitch it on. So we're almost done actually. We're just gonna stitch this one on and then the neckline and we're done. So you could do them both in the same operation, but I notice when I'm doing gatherings, I really like to like stitch the gathers on to the garment before doing the next step. So I'm just gonna do that first. Alright, so I got a crazy amount of gathers on one shoulder. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit more on one side, but you know. It's a bit hard with gathers on it, I think. But yeah, now it looks like this. So we're gonna attach the neckband and we're done. So crazy me, I'm gonna change the color of the thread again. If I can find it though. There it is. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So yeah, we just do the same thing with the neckband that we did with the leg casings. We just make it into a circle first. Oh my gosh. I just failed so terribly at that. Let's see if I can find it. So yeah, we make mistakes, all of us. Now I just like made this little weird, I don't know what to call this. But no worries, we'll fix that in a little snap. Then the same thing, fold it over halfways into a little tubey thing. Oh no, very wide tube. All right, come on. So I'm thinking, I'm wondering if the instruction says to gather the neckline after attaching the ruffle, because it's very big. So I'm not sure if it's gonna stretch long enough if you use jersey. I'm not really sure. But I'm using rib knit for the neckline as well. Yeah, that's my daughter when she was a baby. She's actually wearing like this Japanese yukata for babies that I made when we lived in Japan. Like, I can't believe that I made it. It took so much time and it was just so cheap in the store. I should have just bought one. But yeah, it's super cute. But she's so big now. She's not little and cute anymore. Well, she's still cute though, not that little. So yeah, I'm using rib knit. So again, I'm just gonna like stretch it. And like you can see with rib, it stretches really well. So it actually stretches big enough. But I'm wondering if you're using jersey, if it would be like easier to gather the neckline as well. I'm not really sure. Like, my computer died on me, so I'm not really sure what it says in the instructions because I was not smart enough to print it before I started. So forgive me if I'm doing something wrong. Okay. Okay, you guys, guess what? We're done. So I'm gonna cut off all these threads later when I find my scissors, not with my rotary cutter. So yeah, here it is. October's size 40, really cute, really easy to make, as you all saw, really fast, and it turns out super cute. So I'm gonna fasten all the threads. I don't think that's really fun for you guys to watch, so I'm gonna do that after stopping the live video, and then I'm gonna take some pictures of my daughter wearing this tomorrow, and I'm gonna post it in the group. So stay tuned if you want to see that. You can see it in the group tomorrow. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about any of my weird techniques or something like that, please ask. Comment the video or send me a message or anything. And yeah, get the October, it's super cute, and I'm gonna make a Halloween costume for my daughter who wants to be a witch, and I think it's gonna look super cute with Octobers and those little shorts that are so cute. So I'm gonna post that in the group as well when we get to Halloween. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Maybe I'll do this again sometime, who knows. Okay, bye bye. How do you stop it?